What's going on, boys? I'm Patty, and in today's video, we're talking about the mindset that changed everything for me. So, before I get into the key points of the shift in the mindset that I had, I want to talk about where I came from briefly and, where I'm at now. So, about 2 years ago, I was extremely overweight, about around 240 pounds, and all I did was play video games, and I didn't really have many goals. I didn't have like a future plan. I wasn't very future oriented, and my life had no trajectory, like had no there was no vision, I guess, is the sum of it all. And what happened was my wife and I had separated. We are currently going through the divorce, but we're separated now. But we were separating, in the process of separating, and I was extremely overweight, and I was like, and I'm balding. I have like male pattern baldness, like on the top of my head. It is what it is, and so I was like, if I don't want to spend the rest of my life alone, I have to do something about this. I have to change this, or I'm going to have a miserable second half of my life. I'm 34 years old, and so it's not like I had all the time in the world to adjust and make changes, and something drastically had to change. Well, I had done various, things like the keto diet and tried to lose weight before, but I never really went all in. And that's what made this time different. I didn't have anybody to hold me back except for me. I lived alone. I still live alone. Um, the only thing that was setting me back was the motivation and discipline. And there was a shift that happened to me, and we can get into now. I'll get into like the key points. The first thing that really just opened my mind up to be able to transformed so many things in my life. First, fitness, and then the fitness aspect bled into other aspects of my life, which I'll get into. But the first key concept is I separated my body from my mind to view my body as a vehicle or like a exo suit, however you want to phrase it, and my mind being the control center of that vehicle. So, and I know that sounds weird, but I think a lot of people, well, I'll get into point two, and I believe this promotes the ability to discover and uncover your limitations rather than set them. Because when you say, I'm this way and I'm only capable of, there, right there in those statements, you are setting limitations. As you know, this is a fitness channel and psychology channel, and so it like combines the two. I know this topic's like a little like nuanced or maybe weird for some, but your mindset is so powerful. It can determine so many outcomes in your life, and it can create a feedback loop of positivity or negativity if you allow it. But to really hammer in this point of separating the mind from the body is when someone passes away, the police and whoever comes to recover the body. See, I said it right there. I didn't even mean to get to the point before I got to it, but I ended up doing that anyways. When they come to the body, they ask, where's the body? If I was to pass away, they wouldn't say, where's Pat at? They would say, where's the body? And when my body was taken to the morgue, my friends and family would say, the body, the body, the body. And the reason is because what makes me me is my personality, my warmth, my compassion, my heart, my desires, my ambitions, my voice, my the color in my skin, like the color in my eyes, the just the liveliness is what makes me me. If you remove life from the body, then it's just the body. And it's like even just describing this point nails in the point. of you can separate the mind and the body, the spirit and the body, and you can purposely do it with intent to help you forward your goals. And when you apply this to fitness, you hop on the treadmill. This is what I want you to do. Next time you're on the treadmill, instead of saying, "Oh, I can't go that fast," or "I can't go that long," you need to say, "Let's see what we can do." Instead of going from "I can't do this," I want you guys to start switching to "Let's see what we can do. Let's see what this body is capable. Let's see what this exosuit is capable of doing." When you switch to that mindset, you remove all limitations and you find the limitations rather than set them. And I'll tell you what, the last point, when you do this with fitness, you are going to see crazy results because this is what will allow you to push to failure in the gym. When you're lifting, you say, "Let's see what the body can do," and you burn out the muscle properly. You fail. You go to failure properly, and you leave nothing left in the tank. And that's because you're truly testing what the body is capable of. When you say, "I'm going to do 12," and this is why I don't count reps. I'm not saying you shouldn't. Maybe, I do count reps. I just don't write them down because there's too many variances, I believe, that could alter that. I just track the weight and I roughly track reps in my head, but I don't stop. I don't go, "Oh, I got 12," and then I stop. I go until the muscles literally give out, until I can't. Like if I'm incline pressing, until like I'm literally, my last rep looks like this, and then I just set the weight down. It's an isometric tension. The weight isn't moving up at all, and I can't get it up, and so therefore I set it down. That is true absolute failure. That is mechanical failure for the muscle. And this mindset allows you to do that on such a level. Like I said, you're going to see incredible results if you do this on the treadmill, running flat ground, whatever it is that you do. You're going to see incredible results. But when you apply this to everything else, you say, "Well, let's see how much money I can cut back and save. Let's see how much money I can actually save this year. Let's see how much, let's see, whatever it is that you're doing, whatever goal you have." If you say, "Let's see what we can do," I'm just going to put my feet to the ground and I'm going to start running. And whenever this body stops, that's where we stop. That's where we end. That's the end of the run. I was using that as a metaphor for whatever it is in your life. It changes your life when you have that mindset, that you take it from fitness and let it permeate the rest of your life. It absolutely changes your life, and it's changed my life. That is the mindset. And so if you take away just one sentence from this video, remember that it's this is the new mindset. From "I can't do this. I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I have the capability," to "Let's see what we can do. Let's see what the body can do. Let us see where we fail." And with that, I'm out. Until next time, boys. Peace.